Hi Della, how you doing? So, I mean, you got it. I mean, basically, you're getting it. I think that you're definitely getting it. Right here, you've established this hierarchy based on two things. Number one, the fact that this is centered and these aren't is somehow drawing a difference. The viewer knows there's a difference here between these, and that these are treated so similarly that somehow there's a relationship between these. And indeed, there are. It doesn't matter what these words are. The way this is set up, that's the situation. This is more important than these are. However, these are related. Okay? And as a group, they're related to this. So that's pretty darn good. Over here, I don't see any imagination in this. And I'll just be honest with you, Adela. I just see that you're just taking this, kind of reverse the alignment, put it up top, and move the headline down below. So in essence, what I'm seeing here is that it's kind of it's a little bit discomforting because you're drawing the attention down here. Okay, typically we draw attention to the top of the page because that's where we start reading the page. So by drawing attention, placing the headline at the bottom of the composition, you're asking the viewer to start down here and then unnaturally move up here. It can be done, but it's a pretty advanced technique. You want to let the viewer flow. You want to let things flow. I think if you want to use this type of an alignment, I would say move the 67 Impala up top and just keep your right alignment down here. But I would like to see some sort of hierarchy in the second piece with these four pieces. So in other words, instead of leaving, try placement, try grouping by proximity. Okay, and then definitely I hope you understand what I'm saying, but you're asking the viewer to make an unnatural move going to the bottom of the layout to look at the headline, then going back up top to take a look at the associated text. Typically in Western design, we start up top, or Western visual communications, we start upper left, work our way to the right and down. So our eye goes like this. So asking it to start here and then go up here and down is an unnatural move that you're asking the viewer to do. So you can think about that. Over here, I don't see any grid here. That's the thing. I definitely see hierarchy. I mean, you want Chevy Impala to be seen first. You want the 67 to be associated with the Chevy Impala. However, I think these should be more of one and the same as opposed to two different elements. Okay, so you want the viewer to look at that. And then, obviously, these things are reducing and they recede in the background. But what you're doing here is you're also adding new sizes, new weights, and you're also adding new tonal variations. So the gray kind of recedes, as we can see. Black moves forward while gray recedes in a composition. And that's a general rule for typographic composition, is that if you screen anything back, it's going to recede in the composition, and that's okay. But obviously, this standard interior is a lot less important to this designer than Turbojet 427 is. Okay, and that's understandable. However, this almost looks like it's a non-issue. It's got so little hierarchy that it's almost a non-issue. So but my main thing about this is that you're not using a grid, because basically this is center aligned. And in center alignment, you don't need a grid at all. You're just placing things on a center axis. So there's no grid usage here. So you definitely want to work a grid into your work. Excuse me. Take a look at that video I posted. It's how to design using a grid, and it'll explain a lot of things. Basically, what we have here is another center alignment. This is all center aligned. So if we place a line in the center that's a center axis, there's really no grid usage here whatsoever. It's basically center aligned. Whenever you see a center alignment, you know there's no underlying grid. And that was one of the things I was getting to in this week's discussion board, talking about the grid. And one of my questions I kept asking, but not giving the answer to, because I want you guys to come up to the answer yourself, is that in what type of layout is a grid not necessary? And that format would be center aligned layout. Okay, so definitely try to work a grid in here, and again, take a look at that how to design using the grid video if you need some tips there. But anyways, I mean, I think you're getting the idea, and just keep working what you're doing. Remember, scale, size, placement, proximity, and alignment. And those things you can work with to create some fantastic hierarchy. And now in terms of visual hierarchy, I do want to talk about this. This kind of like scissors here, or what do you call that? What are those scissors called my mom used to use to make my sister's dresses one day. I think they call them pinking shears. Does that make sense? But it's those scissors that cut like that. And right now, there's so much visual weight here that it's actually stealing hierarchy away from the text. I just want you to realize that the treatment here has just got so much attention grabbing features that your text is going to take a hit there. So keep that in mind. All right, any questions, comments, concerns, or other, please give me a holler. Thank you.